It's 2015 and a rapper who found his success through an album named Good Kid, M.A.A.d City was about to drop again. But let's just say people were not prepared for what he was going to release.
To pimp a butterfly.
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 Pimp a butterfly.
To pimp a butterfly.
To pimp a butterfly.
Kendrick Duckworth was born in the dangerous streets of Compton in California, a few years after his parents escaped Illinois and Chicago to escape gangs they were part of and to start a better life, or so they thought. Compton was no better, if not worse, than the place they were born, not far away from O-Block. Kendrick, at young age, fell in love with poetry and hip-hop, listening to artists like Big Daddy Kane. But one artist that really clicked to him was DMX, with his album It's Dark and Hell is Hot. DMX was seen as the ultimate gangster rapper, the stereotype of a gangster rapper, the best example, and it told stories that Kendrick could relate to. At the age of 5, Kenny witnessed his first murder and realized that was something he had to get used to. At the age of 9, he saw with his own eyes Dr. Dre and Tupac while they were recording the music video for the hit song California Love, a couple of months before Tupac would be shot to death. In his teens, he already met important people like DJs, but the person that changed his life would be Antonio, aka Anthony, aka Top Dawg. Anthony would sign first J-Rock and then Kendrick. He had numerous mixtapes, but none were really getting much traction. He also was in a group called Black Hippie with Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, and Ab-Soul. All this time he was working under the name K-Dot, but changed his name to Kendrick Lamar with the release of his EP, in fact, called Kendrick Lamar.
As I always say, the whole Kendrick lore will not be fit into this video. I'm just giving you the highlights.
In 2010, Kendrick would release the first of many songs of a series, The Heart Part 1. Now we arrive at the more important steps in our story. In 2010, he would drop Overly Dedicated, his first mixtape available on streaming platforms. And a couple of months later, he would meet up with Dr. Dre, the same he saw recording a music video when he was just a kid, a person he could only fantasize being, was now in a room with him making music. It's now 2011, and Kendrick drops Section.80, and this is when he really starts to get his name out there. He is still underground, and even though many believe this to be an album, it's actually still a mixtape. In my opinion, this is so underrated, it's not even fun. Maybe I'll do a Kendrick rating worst to best in the future. Who knows? It has a hit song named ADHD, and the album was a critical success. The album covers multiple themes and presents us with two characters, Keisha and Tammy. After getting signed to Dre in 2013, he would drop his solo debut, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City.
No, but seriously, this album is so good. Like, how did this even come out of Earth? It sounds straight out of heaven.
This is my favorite album of all time, and many Popoli agree. This is what really took him out of the underground rap community. The album was a critical and commercial success, being called by many one of the best albums of all time, even outside of hip-hop. It also comes with one of the biggest rap songs ever, and a huge hit called Money Trees. And let's just ignore him getting his Grammy Award stolen by Macklemore. The album is called one of the best concept and storytelling albums of all time that I really could make a whole hour-long documentary about. But it presents us another character named Shireen and the journey of him going from a good kid to a criminal. But then an old woman baptizes Kendrick and his gang, and they were no longer sinners. They started their real life. Of course, I'm missing a lot of key details. He also collabed with A$AP Rocky and other artists such as Drake on the hit song F***ing Problems, and also dropped a deluxe version to Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. Now comes the turning point of our story. The 15th of March 2015, Kendrick dropped To Pimp a Butterfly, and people were not expecting this. The funky jazz rap was something no one had ever heard before, and it is by many considered to be the best album of all time. Commercially, it still did very good, but not nearly as good as his previous project. Maybe because it is not as easy to listen to. For me, before a song from TPAB clicks with me, I have to listen to it at least 5 times. But when it clicks with me, it's some of the best music I've ever heard. This is also an album I could make a whole documentary about, since the concept is also so good. It also contains the hit song All Right, and once again it got robbed at the Grammys by Taylor Swift. And this is why the Grammys really don't mean shit. He now also became the rap savior. So he made one of, if not the best album of all time, but see, artists also have songs that don't make it to the album for many reasons. But when an album is so great, even the throwaways become art. Here comes the point of the video. Untitled Unmastered comes out a year later, and it's a strange album to say the least. Firstly, the rollout of the album, if you can call it so, was him performing unreleased songs at concerts and at the Grammys. That would then make it to the album. Also, a big reason on why it came out is that after the Grammys performance, LeBron James, the king, tweeted asking Kendrick and his label to release the album, and so happened. Also, the cover is just a green with some screen noise, and in the high corner on the left it says, Untitled Unmastered. Also, the name of the songs is the placement it has in the track list, followed by the date the song was recorded. And for all you Drake glazers, the literal throwaways of a Kendrick album is better than anything Drake has ever done. Another similarity between TPAB and Untitled is the repeating poem. At the end of the tracks in TPAB, there's a poem that gets longer and longer track by track. The one that goes like,
I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. Sometimes I did the same, abusing my power full of resentment. Resentment that turned into a deep depression. Found myself screaming in the hotel room.
While on Untitled Unmastered, there is a repeating
Pimp, pimp! Hooray!
And this is why not throwing away the tracks on Untitled Unmastered was one of the best choices Kenny did in his career. And this is the genius behind Untitled Unmastered. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm still a small YouTuber trying to grow, and it takes me a lot of time and effort to do the research for videos like this, not to mention editing, etc. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.